Hey, what is going on, Campaign Builder Finishing School pupils? Welcome to, I don't know why that didn't roll off the tongue, but that's what you are, you're pupils. Welcome to bonus video number 1. So thanks again for checking out the automated webinar. I know those can be, they run the risk of being frustrating, but here we are in the bonus module, and I'm hopeful that you will find it valuable. So what I'm talking about here is the concept of split testing your campaign. So if you are a marketer, then you probably know all about split testing. But if you are a business owner who finds yourself doing marketing and you don't consider yourself a digital marketer, that's not how you prefer to identify yourself, then split testing may feel like this buzzword. It may feel like a foreign topic or a foreign subject. And so I want to talk just briefly about it. The idea here is creating multiple experiences and then allowing your customers to be segmented into one or the other to measure which experience produces the desired outcome more efficiently or more rapidly, right? That's the general use case here. Now, with Infusionsoft campaigns, there's a bunch of different ways that this can work, but what I have found is that there is not a native option for split testing. So if you are used to using other platforms and split testing is a built-in feature, as far as the campaigns go, as of this point, there is not a native option for split testing them. So because there is not a native option, you need to integrate with a third-party tool. Some examples would be Zapier or PlusThis or MyFusion Helper, but regardless of which tool you use, you're going to want to use it to randomly select A or B, or 1 or 2, or 3 or 4 or 5, depending on how many variations or permutations you want to split test. So usually that's going to be done by creating a tag for each. So we would have a tag A, and we might have a tag B, right? And then you would need to use a sequence to initiate that process. So depending on which third-party tool you're using, this might look a little bit different, but the general concept is we're going to select between the A or B options. When one of those tags is applied, the contact will have then selected the route they're going to go down, and you can customize their experience accordingly. So if you see here, I have my promotional emails. What I would do is create a second version. So promotional emails B version. And they can be concluded by the very same goals. But what you're going to want to do to measure this is when people purchase, you'll want to see, did they have the tag A or tag B, which would represent which one of these paths they came through. Here's a few tips. Number 1, you don't want to split test completely different experiences because there's too many variables involved to really tell what made the difference. So if you're going to say send 2 different emails or 2 different series of emails, you might want to change the subject lines. But you don't want to change the entire copy, the position of the buttons, whether or not there are images. The more you change, the harder it will be to determine what created the difference in terms of results. The second tip I'll give you here is you want to bake in some sort of metric for measurement. You want to be able to tell which is performing at a higher rate. So if you're rotating between tag A and tag B as far as your segmentation goes, you want to create saved searches or saved reports to find out, well, how many people bought who have tag A and how many people bought who have tag B, right? So you want to set this up in terms of with in mind that you're planning so that the future version of yourself will be able to easily measure which effort created the result we wanted. Okay, now the final thing I'll leave you with here is that if you are not interested in a third-party tool or you don't have access to any of those and you just want to get a simplified version of this in place, I want to describe to you a tactic I call switching the tracks. So effectively, if you visualize a campaign that starts with a goal and then it creates this outcome or this process, and obviously you've crafted the entire automated journey for them there, switching the tracks effectively encourages you to duplicate that, and that at a certain point, instead of sending people down the original path, you just switch that line and you start sending them down the new path or the secondary path, right? And so you're not necessarily split testing simultaneously. You might just change the path for a month or for a few months and then measure, did this new experience convert at a higher rate? So for the statisticians among us, I should point out that this is not a proper split test because the contacts coming in at a certain time, they may have some characteristic that it makes them more likely to convert anyway. So you may need to realize that this is not a scientific way of doing it, but as far as the simplified or lowest hanging fruit version of this approach goes, I have found that sometimes rather than just continuing to refine one experience, it's worthwhile to just duplicate that whole experience, make it what it should have been, or try new subject lines in that, and then just redirect the traffic to that new experience. So that's what I wanted to say here is, split testing can be a valuable way to draw insights from your campaigns as well as to optimize the experience you're creating for your customers. Now, like I said previously, if you found this valuable and you really want to focus on developing your campaign builder muscles, I recommend checking out the CB Trilogy course for more on this.